Hi guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Wow, my hair is falling the freak apart right now. So today's video is going to be just like a quick little update coronavirus talk. So I know I haven't posted in a while, and that's because every single time that I post an update video, the next day something changes that changes the course of the update video, and then the video no longer seems relevant. So I haven't been posting them. Basically, what I wanted to talk about in today's video is a little bit of the current world situation, because it is absolutely terrifying and I know it can be overwhelming for a lot of people. I kind of wanted to talk about where I've been, what I've been up to, kind of what my life looks like now, whether that's in regards to coronavirus or whether that's just in regards to the direction my life is heading before coronavirus. And I also wanted to kind of open up the discussion to you guys a little bit as well, to drop your thoughts about anything that's happening down in the comments below. I know with the whole social distancing and isolation kind of being the recommendation from the CDC, I know it can be a little bit disheartening because you can't talk to as many people, you don't have as much face-to-face conversation. So I want to make sure that nobody feels alone in this situation. I know it can be really overwhelming and really scary. I guess I can start off today's video with a little bit of a life update from me, and then we'll kind of get into the coronavirus stuff later on. So this is what I've been trying to say in the past 3 videos that I've filmed. I have a new job. I'm graduating school this semester, and I actually got accepted to grad school. My new job is a full-time job. I started this 3 weeks ago, and so far it's been really fun. I really enjoy the job. It's different thinking about the fact that I have a full-time job and I'm still going to school right now. It makes for filming videos and doing fun makeup and doing all the things that I normally would be able to do on my days off. It makes a lot of that a little bit more difficult because my schedule is so much more condensed now because I got my new job. We're actually trying to move out of this current apartment. So that's been another thing that's been taking up a lot of my time. I got accepted to grad school finally this past week, actually, like literally yesterday. Obviously, because of the current world situation, we are in a bit of a unique circumstance. ASU, which is the school that I go to, has actually decided to put all classes online for the rest of the semester. As new developments about coronavirus come out every single day, the situation just continues to change and we're not sure where it's gonna take us. So as of right now, all of my classes are online and I'm still going into work. So I do still go to work every day. So that's kind of like, this is my senior year of like my undergrad, and we're kind of like under quarantine in a sense. I don't know how long that's gonna last. Today is March 18th. With that being said, let's talk about coronavirus. There's a lot of different information that's going on about coronavirus right now, and a lot of different people saying different things, a lot of different generations of people having different approaches to coronavirus. I would like to give you some information, but I can't promise that I'm going to be the best sorts of information. So if you guys really want to know all about coronavirus symptoms, the progression of symptoms, how the disease presents itself in different people, please do your research. I am not a scientist. Obviously, coronavirus as it is right now has kind of forced a transition on like how we deal with daily life. So many people are working from home. My parents are working from home. My boyfriend's working from home. And many people that can't work from home are just not getting a paycheck right now. So that's something that everyone needs to keep in mind. If you do still have to go into work to make your money and to make sure that you can survive and make sure you can feed yourself or your family, there is nothing wrong with that. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for doing what you need to do to make sure that you are in the best position for yourself. Make sure you're being sensitive to people about that. Just because the CDC recommends that you stay home doesn't mean that everyone can. The society still has to function. Obviously, things still need to get done. Outside of essential activities, stay the fuck home. Coronavirus is an incredibly dangerous disease, and there's a lot of kind of controversy that's going on about the fact that right now it doesn't seem so bad, and why are we taking all of these drastic measures and people not abiding by the drastic measures because they don't see it as that much of a threat. But if you're watching this, I want you to know that it is serious. Just because it might not affect someone my age as much doesn't mean that I won't pass it on to someone that could die from it. So that's the whole reason that social isolation and social distancing are such an important thing right now. I genuinely don't understand how sometimes this isn't clicking in people's minds, especially being in the US, where everyone kind of in a way has like this false sense of security or this false sense of immunity. You can still go outside. Social distancing is very different from quarantine. The difference between social distancing and quarantine is social distancing you can still practice with some people. So me and my roommate, we practice social distancing all the time. It's just us. We live with each other. So at this point, if one of us gets coronavirus, the other one's pretty much gonna odds are the other person's gonna get it. When we are together, we stay away from everyone else that we don't normally interact with. So when you're practicing social distancing, that means gathering in groups of less than 10 people. That means don't invite people over for fun, don't go to other people's houses for fun, don't have big group gatherings, don't go to restaurants, don't go to bars, don't go hang out places. That's kind of like what social distancing is and why it's so important, is because social distancing is the only way that we are going to get out of this situation with the least amount of deaths as possible. The only way we would get out of this with even less deaths is if we just did a full quarantine. But when you're living in the United States, and one of the main principles of the United States is freedom and personal freedom and being able to do kind of whatever you would like to do within reason, if you enforce a quarantine, that's probably going to be one of the last things that the government wants to do, because it infringes on what United States citizens and American citizens consider to be a basic human right. When the government talks about social distancing, that's the closest they are willing to get at this point in time to stop the spread of coronavirus and prevent as many deaths as there could be, besides pulling a full-on Italy situation where you're under lockdown, you're under quarantine. And personally, that's why I think that we haven't gone under quarantine yet. I don't want anyone to get the wrong impression. Personally, I just think that a lockdown and to voluntarily put yourself in more of like a lockdown situation and social distance as much as you possibly can is the best decision for everyone, because that completely minimizes the spread of coronavirus. If you avoid people, the odds of you getting coronavirus are very, very slim. So if you guys want to, I can definitely kind of give you guys some of my social distancing tips, some activities that you guys can do at home workouts, because most gyms are closed, anything to kind of just like keep you guys occupied and keep myself occupied. Coronavirus is freaking scary. It's a very serious situation, and we as millennials and Gen Z actually play a much bigger part in it than a lot of people believe. So a lot of people think that if you're not 70 or above, you're not as much about a risk, but you definitely still are. Young people can get coronavirus. There's lots of young people that got coronavirus. One of the students at ASU got coronavirus. So I don't want to freak you guys out. There are way more recoveries than there are deaths, but there are still deaths, and that's why this is such a big, serious situation. In order for everyone as the world, not even as a nation, but like literally as a world citizen, in order for us to get through this as safely as possible, we have to do everything in our power to stop the spread. So if you are in a location that has not put any restrictions on you as of right now, I would strongly urge you to put them on yourself. Please don't go frolic out in public places if you don't have to. If you have errands to run, if you gotta go to the grocery store, do what you gotta do. And since the virus has a 2 to 14 day incubation period, that means that from the time I contract the virus to the time I start showing symptoms, that could be up to 2 weeks, but I could still be contagious during that time. Stay home. The last thing you want to do as someone with coronavirus, or someone that might have coronavirus, or someone that you're unaware that you've contracted coronavirus, the last thing that you want to do is be out and about and accidentally transmit it to someone that could potentially die from it. And that is why we as millennials are so important. We are gonna be the ones that are gonna be able to, convince more people to stay home. We're the future of the entire world at this point. and we have to be responsible citizens. We have to take this into our own hands and understand that our actions have an impact on everyone in the world right now, not just us. We need to make sure that we are keeping each other accountable, that we are staying safe, that we are protecting those younger than us, older than us. We have to all, like as a collective, do what's best for society and not just be selfish anymore, because that's what's gonna save us all. Our generation is the generation that's most likely to be healthy, that's the most likely to be asymptomatic for the longest time. We're the most likely to have mild symptoms, so we might not be incapacitated to the point where we can still go out. We are the most mobile generation, and because of that, we can contribute to the most spread. And in order to not contribute to the most spread, we really have to keep ourselves under wraps and be as responsible as possible. So that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want you guys to think that I'm like a complete expert on this situation, because I'm not. I only know what like I've been able to find online. There's a lot of information online. If you guys want to fact check me, feel free. It's a scary time and I don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed. So if you guys are scared, if you're worried, if you just want to have someone to talk to, feel free to slide into my Instagram DMs or to drop a comment down below. If you guys want to have a discussion, if you guys want to drop more and more like relevant information, feel free to do that. Use this as a jumping off point. This is a really heavy video. I'm very sorry about that. I don't want you guys to feel like this is all it's gonna be for the next however long, but as someone that does have at least a little bit of influence, I feel like it's my responsibility to speak up on these types of issues, especially ones that are so prominent right now and can have such big of an impact. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below. I hope you guys found this informative. I hope you guys understand the seriousness of the situation that we are in right now, and I hope you guys take steps to stay safe and to keep those around you safe. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Hopefully it'll be a little bit lighter than this one, and I will see you soon.